Hey guys, my name is Wunderlich and I'm here with JT Pitts & Associates at RE/MAX Premier Properties. And I'm going to talk about a question that a lot of people have sometimes, talking about staging when their house is getting ready to go on the market. I think something that you should look at when you're thinking about staging your home is looking at who your target audience is. Who's going to be looking at the property that you're selling? And that can give you great direction in what you should do. So say you have a vacant home. Why is your home vacant? Is it a really old property that needs a lot of work or remodeling? Who's going to be looking at that? You're going to have investors, people who are probably remodeling the home, people that are going to have great vision for the house. So I don't think that's a case where you would need to put money into staging it or doing things like that, because that's not needed. On the flip side, you could have a house that has been flipped, or a house that's vacant because it's a new construction property. And that's kind of situational. A lot of times brand new homes are beautiful and they don't need any direction, but sometimes they do. Not everybody has great vision when they walk into a vacant home. It can seem just like a shell. And if you can stage the home, it will make it seem actually like a home and someone can feel like they can walk right in and live there, and that can go a long way. So staging is a great option for vacant properties or a home that isn't vacant, but you want it to feel a certain way for people looking at your house. And that's really important, I think, again, talking about your target audience. So who is buying your property? Say you have a really nice condo down in the city and it's a 1-bedroom condo, and you've used it as your bachelor pad, and now you have a family and you have a nook in your condo that's maybe a nursery. Who is buying that? Probably not somebody that has children, probably another bachelor or somebody who doesn't have a lot of stuff or something along that line. So maybe you change that nursery back into an office space or into a bourbon lounge, something that would be more appealing to the type of person that is looking at your property. For instance, we have a property on the market right now, and we knew that families would be looking at this house. So in the basement, we did a playroom nook, and everyone who's looked at our house, for the most part, has had kids, and they're in that nook every time playing. So it's worked. So just look at who's looking at your house and do it that way. You just want to look at your target audience, like I said, and tailor it to fit them so that they feel comfortable in your space. So like I said, staging can be great. Sometimes it can be expensive, but if you're creative, you can shop around your own house, and it doesn't have to be a ton of stuff. Another thing to talk about is decluttering your home, because when you walk in your house, you don't want it to seem overwhelming to anybody. You might think 30 life-size oil paintings of your children are great, but someone else coming in your house might feel a little overwhelmed. So I think it's a good idea to walk into every room, and you want it to feel personable, but you don't want it to be overwhelming for anybody coming in. So just look at every room with fresh eyes and think, okay, if I didn't live here, would this feel comfortable for me? So just, scale back a little bit, and it's a good rule of thumb when you're getting dressed every day. A lot of people say, take an accessory off before you leave the house. Do that with your rooms. You don't want it to feel too tight or too cluttered. And, in your kitchens and your bathrooms, take things off the countertops. If there's stuff lying everywhere, people think you don't have storage, and everyone wants storage in their home. So just, room by room, go through, look at all the rooms. It can seem overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be if you do little bit by little bit. And ask your friends, ask them how they would feel in your house if they were looking at it. Get someone else's opinion, because you're gonna think that your home is great because it's your home. So these are questions that we get a lot from people, staging. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We are more than happy to help. Thanks so much.